What's happening? This your boy Lil Pete, man. D.S.G.B. Shout out to Dumb Out TV. Y'all know how we rocking. Yeah.
First question, what's your name and tell the people where you from?
What's happening? What's happening? This your boy Lil Pete, man. D.S.G.B. Y'all already know what's going on. You know me from Vice Versa. Pop that pussy. I was born and raised in Augusta, Georgia. Been in ATL for 20 years, back and forth on I-20, making shit happen. Fuck with me.
Second question I want to ask you, how did you and Pastor Troy meet?
Me and PT met, man, in AUG. He went to Payne College. And I had a brother that was going to Payne College named KD. And KD was in college going to school for business, and him and PT ended up hooking up. And once they locked in, we locked in and fucked around and got in the studio, man, and PT dropped that fire. And it was on from them, man, 1998. You know what I'm saying? So shit, that's how I met bro, man, through my partner KD, AUG.
I remember you saying that you had put your money behind Pastor Troy. Could you elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yeah. With that situation, they're putting the first album together, ID Club Warrior. I finished that album because at the time the feds was watching Redmouth and everybody who was around Redmouth, who was dealing with Redmouth on that level like that, they was hot. And me and Redmouth, we were just on some family shit, so we weren't never really dealing in the streets with each other like that. So I was blessed that I wasn't really hot like that, and I was a young nigga. So when the album was halfway finished and the money was short, Lil Peasy Weezy was sitting on that check. And I told my nigga, shit, I'm riding with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need. We're gonna make this shit happen. And he knew that shit was genuine, and I kept my word, and I stayed down, and I stayed loyal to the campaign, man.
So back it up a little bit. Tell me a little bit about Redmouth, and was he a member of the original D.S.G.B? And you know, could you tell us the difference between the original D.S.G.B and the other D.S.G.B?
With Redmouth, man, Redmouth was the boss of all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Redmouth was a young, smart nigga, you know what I'm saying? Good heart to look out for anybody, you know what I'm saying? He was the first one that came with the music shit down there and put the D.S.G.B together with Charlie Brown, Shifted 250, the two first brothers that came up with the name, you know what I'm saying? Got much love for them brothers, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Buddy Lee, who doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Charlie Brown, what's happening? We got one called R.I.P. out right now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all go pull that up on YouTube, on Peter the Disciple channel, on YouTube, R.I.P., you know what I'm saying? When we came up here to the A, I met Blackout and Penn and Cut Threezy from the South Side, Troy Partners, who he came and went to school with, Cutthroat, and he brought them boys in, and we just pushed, man, and got to deal with Universal, you know what I'm saying? And everybody just trying to eat, man, you know what I'm saying? The boys in Augusta, they solid, you know what I'm saying? Niggas just hungry, trying to make some shit happen. They pushing, they talented brothers. Same thing, go for the ones up here, you know what I'm saying? We just ripping, man. Everybody wants some money and trying to do something positive, man.
I remember you saying on Wicked podcast that you had booked Master P previously before Pastor Troy made the song about We Ready and stuff like that. Could you tell us about that? You know, give us some clarity about that there too.
Yeah, at that time, Pete was just cranking up, man. The Ice Cream Man had done hit. That bill was hot in the streets, you know what I'm saying? He just had done hit hard in the city. So we ended up bringing Pete down because everybody I was around, you know, we was Ice Cream Man, and we were doing our thing. You already know, so we could relate to what he was saying. So Junebug, Redmouth, and the clique, we ended up bringing him down. Spent 30 bands with him. We brought Ghetto Mafia down, and D.S.G.B performed that night. Troy was in the building, watching everything and seeing what was going on and locking in, you know what I'm saying? You know, for what we got from P was that he's supposed to came back and looked out for D.S.G.B. Just showed him the way, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, y'all gonna spend 30 racks. Y'all real niggas like, this what we got going on. Y'all can get distribution here, or you can sign with no limit. This what's going on. Something. Tell us something, you know, and it didn't go that way. So Redmouth decided to put that skit in front of No More Playing GA, and that's how that shit went.
Could you take us back to the recording sessions, you know what I mean, early on before y'all blew up, what was the recording sessions and who used to be in the, you know what I mean, like putting that work in early on, and y'all come up out of there and make it big time. Like, how was that? Like,
Shit, that shit was lit, bro. That shit was just like every day to us, you know what I'm saying? Some hood shit. You know, Troy was putting this shit down. Troy dropped that album. Troy did that album in like 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? When he went in there and dropped half of it, and then they kicked him out the studio because he did vice versa. And he went back in there probably like a couple months, like a month later to finish the last touch-ups on it. But, man, that man knocked that shit out in a couple days, man. Shit, it was me, Rhonda, Lil Greg, Big Greg. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Red Mouth, KD, everybody was stopping through that bitch, nigga. We got down popping bottles, smoking good. Shit, the Island Boys were coming through that motherfucker. It was just some family shit. The whole city was locked in, you know what I'm saying? The whole city from the top to the bottom. It was just a wonderful time, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was chasing money. Everybody was on some family shit, man. And that's how that shit popped. Everybody believed that we was finna ready to go, nigga.
tell me about that Everlasting Bass too, because that was one of my favorite songs, you know what I mean, that I see you in. Tell me about Everlasting Bass. Tell me about, you know, the performers that was on it, or how that came about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Everlasting Yay, man. Shout out to my dog M.G.D, man. God bless the dead. I heard he had done passed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog. He was rapping on that with us, man. And me, PT, we had a verse on that bitch. Shout out to my nigga, Big Mason, Fat Boy Entertainment. You know that's who put Archie, We Red Eye, Fat Boy Entertainment. So shout out to Fat Boy. Man, him and Troy linked up. Did the Everlasting Yay. I ain't supposed to been on that motherfucker. Goddamn, I ended up goddamn catching that verse, that last verse, and spit what I spit. You know what I'm saying? At the time, man, I wasn't even no rapper. You know what I'm saying? I was just a hustler trying to figure this shit out. But God blessed me and put me on certain things because he knew my heart and he knew where he needed me to be. So it just was a blessing, man. Everlasting Yay, man. Shout out to MGD, man. Fat Boy, man. What's up, PT?
Now, Ron, what time this was? Like, how old y'all was? Y'all was still in high school? P was in college? Or what was going on around that time?
I was a young nigga. I'm like 16, going on 17. Jordan was in college. I'm a young nigga. I'm like 16, 17, riding through the city, pushing the green leg, peanut butter seat. Man, my dog, Lil Greg, done went a cop, does one. You know what I'm saying? We young niggas, man. We got down. We done been here before. You feel what I'm saying? We grew up with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? We jumped off the porch at an early age. You feel me? But, you know, we had a lot of people to look up to, you know what I'm saying? My big cousin, Pit Stick. God bless the dead KD, you know what I'm saying? Red Mouth, you know what I'm saying? The whole fam, man, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of good people around us, man, so we was put in a great situation, man. Yeah, I was a young nigga, bro, 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? Making shit happen, yo.
How much you think y'all was getting a show, you know what I mean, when y'all got to y'all highest peak, when y'all got to Atlanta and got your deal and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I really ain't never handled the show money, man. You know, that was something Troy always handled. But I think bro got up to, I think at least a dub, 25 a show at one point. You know what I'm saying? You know, with me, it wasn't never about the money. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed that I was a hustler. I knew I was always around money. I done lost money, got money, lost money. So with our situation, it wasn't never about the money. You know what I'm saying? When we first got into it, you know what I'm saying? When a nigga had them kids and a nigga realized he had to find something different and couldn't always be in the streets, niggas about the money now. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, brothers handling that situation. So I really don't know, but I know we was in a good position.
Tell me about them BET Uncut days, because I think y'all had a couple videos on that, didn't y'all?
Yeah, man, BET Uncut was a good thing for a lot of independent artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around the globe seen BET Uncut, and you know they had them shaking and doing all type of shit on that motherfucker. It wasn't censored like that. You feel me? And shit, we had, like you said, we had a couple joints on us. Shit, that kept us doing shows. You know what I'm saying? Kept us in the people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know people eat with their eyes. You know, people got to see you. They want to know how a nigga doing, what a nigga look like, what a nigga got going on. So BET Uncut gave us that, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to BET Uncut, man, you know what I'm saying? Much love. Made a lot of independent artists, goddamn superstars, hood stars, man.
Who was Miracle? I remember he had a song dissing Pastor Troy on that track, Bounce, Bounce. And he had a couple other videos out with some female.
Yeah, Miracle, man. He dropped that bounce, Jack. They flipped that We Ready, Jack, and made the bounce, Jack. Him and Gene Griffin, you know what I'm saying? Much love to Miracle, you know what I'm saying? Me and Miracle super tight now. That my dog, much love to him. At the time, I didn't know he was from Augusta, which he from the same city I'm from, you know what I'm saying? And with that shit's dead with all that other shit that was going on, you know what I'm saying? He did what he needed to do to try to get in the game, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't stepping on no toes. It was Gene Griffin to push certain buttons, you know what I'm saying? And me and Miracle sat down and kicked it at one of my shows when I had in Augusta, like Real Men and Real Bosses. And I got love for Miracle, man. Miracle good nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? He in and out of Africa doing all type of good stuff over there in Africa, man. Shout out to Miracle, man. Let's get them money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, do you think Miracle and Pastor Troy knew each other? Because you saying, like, you know what I mean, y'all met later on, but you didn't know he was from the city. So, you evidently didn't know him. So, what, Pastor Troy already knew him? Because I remember they said he was doing street promo over there.
Yeah, some kind of way they knew each other because he was putting up posters and stuff like that on the street team, but we never talked about it and didn't know he was from Augusta. So when we was doing on the road for them years, and for the song to come out and all the stuff that went on, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know at the time, and that's why I went as hard as I went, you know what I'm saying. But once I found out a couple years ago, about 6-7 years ago, that bro was from the city, shit, it's up.
Hey man, tell me about Freaknik or some of them music conventions, because I remember back in the days I seen Pastor Troy out there in Daytona Beach on Black Spring Break, driving around that big yellow truck, right when he did that song, It's the City.
Yeah, man, shit, when we dropped that bit down there in Daytona, man, yeah, we was in that yellow truck, that 650 Jack, hanging all out the side of that motherfucker, all up on the curb on that bitch. Man, I'm saying everywhere, man. Everywhere I done went, man, outside of my city, man, I done never went, man, Daytona, Florida, Charleston, South Carolina, man, the convention that we went to over in Puerto Rico, that time when we kicked it with Dirty Boys and them over there in Puerto Rico, man, I bumped into goddamn Queen Latifah, Busta Rhymes. I'm talking about, man, all this shit been a big blessing to me, man. I'm a hood nigga. I'm the type of nigga I ain't never left my street. I don't wish to kick it with a lot of folks, you know what I'm saying? And when I got an opportunity to get into this game and I got a chance to see the world, man, I appreciate all of it, man. I appreciate the people that I met, man, and the bridges that I crossed, man. You know what I'm saying? Love.
Tell me about the Sammy Sam shit and C Murder shit.
Yeah. The thing with Sam and Troy, that was some shit they had going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Which them guys, they done squashed that shit, and them boys doing shows together now. You know, they about to do an album together, whatever they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Money On Camp. That when I first met Sam, you know what I'm saying? When I got down, did the song Bag Up with Baby D. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Baby D? What's up, Big Oom? You know what I'm saying? Big Oom family. You know, but him and Troy done got that shit together. They about to drop an album, like I'm saying. This shit with C Murder, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to C Murder, man. They never loved Free C, man. You know what I'm saying? With that situation, I can't talk upon that because dog trying to get out and trying to get free. And then, you know, I don't want to do nothing to try to fuck that situation up. Shout out to Big Dog.
Tell me about your own album, that album you had put out with Bone Crusher and stuff. Tell me, like, how that came about, who was all on it.
Album on YouTube, man, called Surviving the Drought, man. That motherfucker doing numbers right now. I got a couple singles, man. D.S.G.B, Kilo, Black, man. I just dropped one with Charlie Brown, goddamn R.I.P. I got my album coming at Lil Pete D.S.G.B on my birthday, January the 31st, on the Peter the Disciple channel on YouTube. Yeah, the new album at Lil Pete D.S.G.B. The jam with Bone Crush, I was on his album, that same album, T.I., Killer Mike. Everybody was on the attention, the gent. I ain't never scared. Yeah, that gent there, goddamn. I was on that gent, man. You know what I'm saying? Big Bone came and got me before he got to deal with So Def and got me on a song called Ghetto Song. Y'all pull that gent up. Bone Crusher featuring Lil Pete. Ghetto Song is on YouTube. That was on the same album with Attention and all that stuff. I ain't never scared. That's on with T.I. and everybody on there. Yeah, check me out.
Last thing, tell me a story you ain't never tell nobody, like on the shows or nothing, about PT, about Jermaine Dupri, about anything that happened. You could have been somewhere, just tell me a quick story and that's it. I got enough information.
Shit, I'm gonna tell you a story about us. Me and PT, nigga. Shit, nigga, we were dead ass broke pushing this shit. We had the folks watching, we couldn't shake shit. Nigga, we done slept in the truck, 2 Daytons on the front, 2 ball ties on the back. But we had a trunk full of CDs and we had a trunk full of shirts. And we believed, the nigga had faith and the nigga pushed. The nigga pushed and made that shit happen. That's something a lot of niggas don't know. The niggas think a nigga, you got to have $1 million to make $1 million. No. All you got to have is faith, dedication, drive, push, believe, a plan, put it in motion, go get it. That what it's about. Niggas didn't know we was sleeping out of the truck, napkins, all like that, the football games and shit. Me and PT, we started this shit. D.S.G.B, y'all know what it is.